Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 Pokemon that actually exist in real life. These are all animals and plants that resemble Pokemon so much it's crazy. And for some of these animals and plants, the Pokemon animators actually took inspiration from them when making the Pokemon. I doubt you guys will have heard of any of these real life Pokemon equivalents before, so if you enjoy, please drop a like. Let's aim for 4,000 likes in this video because it really does help me out. So coming in at number 10 we have Charmander. Now we all know Charmander, he's one of the starter Pokemon and one of the most loved and famous Pokemon ever. But what you guys may not know is that in China,
I've been saying China.
there's a really similar animal to the Charmander called the giant Chinese salamander. These things can be absolutely massive. In fact, they can grow up to 6 feet, which is just 0.5 feet shorter than me. These things are the largest amphibians in the world, so they're actually a little bit bigger than the Charmander. But you can't say they don't look really similar. Now, Pokemon didn't take inspiration from the giant Chinese salamander specifically, but from dragons as a whole, and salamanders are actually dragons. So yeah, this is the closest thing to a Charmander you're gonna find. Coming up next is Metapod. Now I know this isn't one of the most popular Pokemon, but I wanted to include it because of how similar it looks to the Pirish-Raipa Poopa. If you guys don't know, a Metapod is a Pokemon before Butterfree, which is obviously a butterfly. And that's exactly why Pirish-Raipa Poopa and the Metapod are exactly the same, because in real life, the Pirish-Raipa Poopa also turns into a butterfly. Even more so is that Pirish-Raipa translates to white cabbage, and the Butterfree is also white. So yeah, it's not 100% confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that Pokemon took the idea of Metapod from the Pirish-Raipa Poopa. Did Pokemon copy nature? It's a good thing they can't sue. Coming up next is Poliwag. This animal called the translucent tadpole has a really similar look to the Poliwag. The swirl pattern and even the colouring of the animal is exactly the same as the Poliwag. The swirl is actually their intestine you're looking at, and if you guys don't know, that's where you digest food to empty out later, if you know what I mean. Wow, Poliwag just got a little bit gross. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's still a pretty cute Pokemon. Coming up next is Beedrill. Now you guys probably think that Beedrills are just like bees, but this dangerous insect which is only an Asia is more like a Beedrill than a regular bee. The giant Asian hornet has the same red eyes and very colourful markings, and I don't know why these people have them in their hands. I assume these ones are dead, and the reason I say that is because this is a photo of someone who's been stung by these hornets before. If you guys see one of these, I wouldn't recommend catching it because if they sting you, you'll have to go to hospital. In fact, these things are so dangerous they can kill babies if they sting them. It doesn't matter what level Beedrill you have, they're never going to be as dangerous as their real life counterparts. So coming up next is Mudkip. Now this is a Pokemon that looks so fake and made up, you'd never think it was based on anything in real life. Well, there is one animal called the Axolotl which shares most of the same attributes. It has a totally blue body with a big tongue and even the orange things that Mudkip has in its face. It also has the same transparent tail that Mudkip has. Damn, these Pokemon animators really can't be bothered to think of new ideas. Either that or this is a crazy coincidence. And if you thought Mudkips were rare, Axolotls are something else. The animals are actually endangered and can only be found in 2 lakes in Mexico. Yeah, you might want to bring a master ball if you want to catch one of these. Next up is Wildboom. Now you guys may know that Wildboom is a plant Pokemon that walks around poisoning other Pokemon. And this one is actually kind of disgusting in real life. The name of the plant, which is Rapalisa arnoldi, translates to corpse flower. And that's because the flower smells like rotting flesh. And that's because the plant attracts insects that thinks they're about to eat a dead human. I warned you guys this was going to be gross, but anyway, once they get to the plant, obviously it's not a dead rotting human and they don't eat it. But by that time they've already got the flower's pollen all over them, which they then spread everywhere they go, and then make the next generation of Rapalisa arnoldi grow. These plants are actually really smart if you think about it. Coming up next is Caterpie. This is probably going to be one of the most accurate ones in this list in terms of look. And that's because the eastern swallowtail caterpillar and the Caterpie look almost identical. They have the same orange spikes in their nose and the same cartoon-like eyes. They even have the same yellow and green markings in the exact same place. But if you guys want to catch one of these, then you have to be quick, because after a few weeks of being alive, the swallowtail caterpillar turns brown and doesn't look anything like a Caterpie. But before they do that, you can't deny these do look insanely similar. Coming up next is Victreebel. I know most of the things in this list have been animals, but this is one of the few plants. And this is actually one where the Pokemon is based on the real life thing. And you guys are probably thinking that the picture plant is nothing like the Victreebel when it comes to aggressiveness. Well, if you did think that, then you're wrong. This is one of the few carnivorous plants in the world, meaning it eats meat. It has kind of a well of sweet liquid that animals go in to eat, but because the liquid is sticky and the plant can float itself, it traps lots of animals and insects. And I don't just mean tiny flies and things, I mean like real big animals, for example rats and birds. I think this is probably one of the only ones where the real life thing is more dangerous than the Pokemon. Next up is Drowsy. This is a Pokemon you wouldn't imagine having a real life equivalent, because it looks so weird and made up, but the Malayan tapir is very close to the Drowsy. They have the same body shape and the same strange curvy nose. I know they don't have the same colouring, but they do have have the same tube color gradient in the exact same place. These are exclusive to Asia and they're a very endangered species. The only thing is that if you go to London, you'll literally find hundreds of these on Pokemon Go. So yeah, the location's not perfect, but all in all, this is pretty close to a Drowsy. And coming up last on this list is Pikachu. This animal is the inspiration for the most popular Pokemon in the world, which is Pikachu. Obviously, Pikachus aren't bright yellow, but they do have the same features as a Pikachu, such as a round body and big ears. You guys can actually find these in America, and according to my stats, most of you guys are Americans, so maybe you could catch one. Actually, if you try trapping one of these in a little ball, you'll probably get in trouble with teachers, so I probably wouldn't. But anyway, I can assure you that these real-life animals are just as cute as Pikachu. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner, and you guys can vote for your favorite Pokemon on this list. For me, I think it's Poliwag, just because